Have you found that non-important activities sometimes get in the way of doing what you consider your essential business tasks? Well, that's a topic we want to develop today on our program, how to adjust our thinking and figure out a strategy to get things done that need our attention. And to do this, I welcome Steve Toburen, the founder of Homefront Success. Steve, welcome.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm really pleased to be here.
Me too. It's been a while, but I got an email newsletter from you recently that sparked this conversation. And it was a topic I thought we should get into. You even used the word insidious. Tell us about this.
Well, Jeff, insidious is a big word for me. Let's just call it sneaky. And something that's sneakily affecting and possibly even destroying the businesses of a lot of cleaning and restoration contractors is what I call displacement activities. And that's basically where you are busy, but are you busy on the important stuff versus, in other words, you are displacing what you should be doing with something that you enjoy more. So in other words, you wind up doing what I call cherry picking the fun stuff, and everything else, you just kind of hope it gets taken care of, or you delegate it to an employee.
Okay. Obviously, when you run a business, you have to get things done. So some watching this might say, well, I'm busy. I thrive on that. I'm getting things done. What would you tell them?
I would say, and I would say this humbly, hopefully without offending anyone, there's an old saying, never lie to yourself. And when we say I'm busy without analyzing what we're busy in, we can wind up fooling ourselves. Maybe that sounds better. Let me give you some examples, Jeff, of things that I find that cleaning and restoration contractors fool themselves on. Maybe the biggest displacement activity I see out there is staying on the truck too long. Recognizing that it's not what I call your highest and best use. Ask yourself every day, what is my highest and best use for my family's future financial welfare? And it very likely is not pushing a wand in a greasy restaurant at 2:00 in the morning. Now, am I too good to push a wand at 2:00 in the morning to provide for my family? Of course not. But the issue is, how am I going to feel the next day? What am I going to be good for then? So that's one thing I find is just staying on the truck, doing the work because it's in our comfort zone. Another one is just basically trying to do things that are outside of our skill set. Classic example, trying to build your own website. We make fun of people who try to clean their carpets themselves, and then we invest a huge amount of time trying to learn how to build a website. The website looks like it was built by a third grader, illiterate third grader. And so, we could have hired someone to do it. And then maybe the last one is we fail to constantly recruit new employee candidates. And when we fail in that, that's a huge displacement activity. So once again, Jeff, just to wrap this up, I would say, in other words, constantly ask yourself, what am I doing today that is going to contribute to the long-term financial stability and happiness of my family?
Good point, Steve. Things for those watching this to think about. I agree with you. If you want to push the wand at 2 a.m. in a greasy restaurant, nothing wrong with that. It may be what you want to do, but good points.